Hello, BIOL1009. This video is going to give you an overview of the course website and how the course is structured. I'll be doing a separate video that gives you an overview of the course content. This video is really giving you a kind of heads up of where to find things on the course website and really how to use this course or how this course will work, okay? Because it's an online course, it's very important that you understand where things are online, and they will help you build sort of a timeline and time management strategy that will help you be successful in this course. So please pay attention to this video. It's going to be a little bit longer than I typically like to make, but I ask that you watch its entirety and follow along, okay? So to find the course on Canvas, at this point you've already done this because you're watching this video, but you can go to the dashboard and then you can find your course, and here we're in 1009, section 090. Clicking on this will take us to the home page, which again you've already done if you found this video. So my screen's going to look a little bit different than yours because I'm an instructor. I can edit things, but for the main components that I'm going to touch on are going to be on your home page as well as mine. So beneath the banner we have six links to key bits of information for the course. You of course have the syllabus, which you need to review prior to taking the course. You have the calendar, which gives you a general outline of how the course is going to work over the course of the summer semester. Then you have a link to the modules, which is really how this course is structured. Every week we do a different module. So week 1 is the same as module 1, etc. I'll go over how the modules are structured in a minute. Information is located here, and this information is related to technical help. So you can links to UMNIT, links to Proctorio, the online proctoring service, links to Connect, our Learn Smart platform. All of the help links are there. One of the main links on this atop here is this course Q&A, and this is where you will post, this is probably the best way to get in touch with me about questions related to course content and questions related to course activities. So if you have a question about what we're studying, you don't understand something, or you have a question about a lab, you don't understand what's expected of you that week or how something should play out that week, post it here, because it's very likely that another student in the course has that same question. And so you can always check the course Q&A for any new questions that have been posted, any new answers that I might have posted in response. You can also answer questions too. This is really our forum for discussing things related to the course. So this is the first stop for posting questions related to the course. The alternative is you can email me directly. That's also entirely acceptable. I'm always available over email. That's probably the most direct way to get in touch with me. But I will also be checking the course Q&A as frequently as I check email, and so this is a great place to post questions in general. And then of course you have your team forums. This is where you're going to be communicating with your team online. So a lot of this course is group-based, and you're going to need to do a lot of team communication to make sure everything is on task, everyone is doing what they need to get done that week, so you can turn in your assignment for that week as a group. And this is the place where you guys are going to be discussing those issues and working out those schedules. So those are six key bits of information for this course. Over on the left, you can find another link to modules. It will take you to the same place as this link here. You can also find a link to discussions, which will take you to a general list of forums in the course, including the course Q&A and team forums. When I make announcements in the course, hey, heads up, an exam is on the way. Hey, we're going to make a slight change to this lab, maybe an extension on the due date, or we're going to do a different type of assignment as opposed to the one that's posted. All of that stuff will be up at the top under recent announcements. There's nothing there right now because I haven't made any announcements, but if you're looking for information, updates on the course, check recent announcements relatively regularly, because anything that is pertinent to the course and all the students in it is going to be posted here, okay? I'm not going to email you with updates. The updates are going to be posted on the course website, so it's important you check it regularly. All right. Instructor contact information, how to get a hold of me. Email is the best option. Before any of the rest of the course is open, you need to take an orientation quiz. It's going to cover information in the syllabus and in the schedule. what we really want to get out of the orientation quiz is a sense that you understand how this course is going to work. You're going to learn that from watching this video, you're going to learn that from reading the syllabus and looking at the schedule. A lot of this course involves you doing some degree of time management over the course of a week to make sure you get your assignments done on time. I can't emphasize that enough, and I'm going to emphasize it again when we get down to the modules, okay? Overall, the course is structured into 3 big units. I'm going to get into the content in another video, but each unit is made up of a set of weeks between 5 and 4 weeks each. If you click on these links, it will take you to the module, okay? So I'm going to click on week 1, and here we go. So this is week 1's module. Up top, you can see the module for the orientation quiz, and then below that, we have everything that we're doing in week 1, okay? Now, if I were to go back to the home page and click modules here or modules here, it would take me to the same list of modules, including week 1's module. Modules are structured in a very specific way. Module 1 is slightly different because we have some introductory activities you need to do up top so that you and your group can start working together and you can introduce yourselves to each other and establish kind of a schedule for how things are going to work. You want to introduce yourself on Flipgrid. That's an introduction to the course, to the whole entire student body. I'll be making an introduction there too. Then you're going to do a series of activities related to setting up sort of how your group's going to work, who's in your group, introducing yourself. I can't emphasize again how important this is. Please take this seriously. Please engage with your group, because successful students in this course are in successful groups. So you have to make an effort to participate in your group, okay? That doesn't mean you have to work together on a day-to-day basis, but what you do need to do is make sure that you're all on the same page about who's doing what and when they're going to be done with that, okay? So get ahead of that now in this first week. The rest of the course is going to be structured very much in the pattern from Module 1, so this is the second part of week 2. You have your learning materials, which include a week overview video. This is a video I record every week that kind of gives you a general overview of what's due that week and what kind of information you're going to be focusing on. Then you have your study guide. This is really the basis for how you should study. Read this first, then you want to go and start doing the reading and watching the lecture videos. The lecture videos are here. They are kind of a supplement to the reading that you're going to be doing. I encourage you to watch them. They aren't graded. You aren't going to necessarily be penalized if you don't watch them, but they are a good place to go and review the material or to start learning about the material. They cover the same material as the textbooks, and they're presented by the author of the textbook, Rob Brooker. So they're very well done. The main part, or the main point at which you're going to start doing your learning, though, is when you start doing the e-textbook reading, and that's under learning activities. So we have a little bit of introductory learning material up top, then you start actually doing learning, okay? And you're going to start there by doing these Learn Start assignments, and these are guided, active learning activities that take you through the textbook and ask you questions related to the content, make sure that you understand it. Take those, use those. So they offer you different questions. Do you think you understand this? Do you kind of understand it? Do you not understand it? Answer those seriously, because it will prompt you with different questions that might help you understand the material better, okay? It's very low stress sort of learning activities. The point values here are absurdly high. That's an artifact of the platform. They're actually, in total, every chapter, the combined Learn Smart activity for every week is only worth 2 points total. So we rescale these point values, okay? So they're not worth a huge chunk of your grade. They're meant to really be to help you learn the material. Once you've done that, you're going to start working on your homework with your group. This is a team-based assignment, so you want to make sure everyone in the team is on board and doing their part of the homework. You also want to make sure that you check your other team's homework, because If you can answer all the questions in the homework, you should do pretty well on the exam. So don't just do the part of the homework that you've agreed to do with your group, okay? Try to make sure that you can read through all those questions and you can understand what your teammates put. Make sure they put the right thing, and then make sure that you understand it as well. And then finally, you are doing a quiz. Quiz is individual. It's sort of a review of the material you've discussed in the homework and in the Learn Smart, so it's generally done later in the week. Learn Smart's done at the beginning of the week. Homework modules you do over the course of the week, and then the quiz is something you do near the end. That's my recommended schedule for the week. And then of course you have lab exercises. So these are going to vary from week to week. For labs that have a lab manual, up top is going to be an overview. That's a link to the lab manual. Always make sure you read through the lab manual before you start doing the lab activities. Make sure you read from start to finish what that activity entails so that you're not caught off guard halfway through doing an activity and you're unprepared. Okay? So always read the lab overview at the beginning of the week to make sure you know what you're expected to do over the course of the week. Some of the labs take multiple days, so you want to make sure you give yourself time to get them done by the end of the week. And then, of course, any of the assignments or tasks that are due for that lab will be listed under that lab. And then finally, at the end of each week, we're going to ask you to do what did you learn survey. This is just a set of 3 different questions that ask you what did you learn, what do you understand, and what do you wish you had learned more about. And that's really our chance as instructors. That's where me and the TA are really going to be engaging you with feedback. So that's where our chance to get a sense of how well things are going in the course, what's working, what's not working, what do you understand, what don't you understand, what can we help you guys learn better, okay? So that's how the course works. That's how the modules work from week to week. Every week subsequent week 1 is the same as this module 1. You have Learn Smart for week 2, learning materials, learn activities, lab exercises, and then you'll have a before you go activity at the bottom of that. And for instance, some weeks we have 2 lab activities. This one has one that has a set of interactive modules, and then that has an introduction assignment where you're going to start working on lab 2. So some weeks have more lab material than others, okay? So just keep a heads up there. Under each assignment, each quiz, anything that's due that is a point value associated with it, the due date and the point value will be listed under the item, okay? For week 1, for instance, the week ends on May 27th. Things that are due at the end of the week are listed as May 27th. For this first module, we give you an extra week because people are joining the class, people are leaving the class. It's a little tumultuous. We want to give you a little more time. So we make our module 1 activities due at the end of the 2nd week. That's why these say June 3rd. Okay? So that's the overview of the course. That's where I'm going to leave it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or the TA. Thanks.